Hey guys, it's Ryan here with your next Blender tutorial. We are looking at our next texture. It's called Vornoi. Vornoi. Okay, well, let's go. Let's plug this guy in. So the first thing that we're needing to do is put our viewport. This is your viewport where you see your items here. We need to put our viewport into render preview. That way you can see exactly what is going on here. There's also this option, viewport shading. I think it's just like a less intense version of viewport of the shading, I think. Anyway, all right. So yes, all right, let's do this. So the next texture that we're going to be looking at here is your Vornoi texture. I'm going to delete that by pressing X. I'm going to hit Shift A. That allows me to select my input. Well, it gives me an options over here, quite nice. And I am going to put in our Vornoi texture. There she is. Now for me to see this, I need to plug in my color. Let's plug it into there. Boom, there is my Vornoi texture right there, quite nice. Now your Vornoi texture, my goodness, Vornoi texture is very different. Wow, too different actually. A bit too different. Wow, look at all the different options here. May I just say that the research that I did, now obviously the textures had changed. There you go, that's better. The textures had changed. Is that even a word? My goodness gracious me. The textures had changed. You can see Vornoi is a bit more advanced in version 2.9 to 2.8. I had researched 2.8, but anyway, we're going to do this. Right, so the minute I apply the Vornoi texture, you can see it looks a lot like I'm looking through a a microscope. My bad, my apologies. Sorry guys, my brain is non-functional right now. That is just simply because it is winter here where I am in South Africa, and so as a result, yeah, my brain's half asleep. Sorry, I'm gonna go get some coffee straight after this. Yes, I have had my first cup of coffee already this morning. I will be grabbing another cup of coffee. Next time, I apologize for serving you half justice, as I should be paying my full attention to this. Anyway, so when I apply the Vornoi texture, you can see that it's a texture that looks like I'm looking through a telescope, right? Almost like there's like I'm looking at cells or microscopic life or something like that, right? Quite an interesting looking, yeah, these little dots and all of that stuff, right? And obviously, if I were to now, I don't know if you saw this, but that's plugging in my distance. If I were to plug in my color, this is very interesting. Look at that. All right, that's basically what I get. It's quite different. Anyway, I'm going to ignore that. Look at that, in your position. Would you ever? Look how nice that is. This is a very nice texture, may I just say. All right, and it doesn't really matter how you plug it in. I know that I deleted my principal shader, my principal BSDF shader. I can plug this guy straight into here as well. You're going to get exactly the same thing. Okay, don't know who I'm talking to for that one, but someone was wondering about that. All right, so adjusting my scale, you can see what it does. You can see the feel that I get. All right, if you're wanting maybe like, you know, microscopic life, you know, someone's asked you to create some sort of microscopic life onto a piece of tissue or something like that, you know, like there's things happening right over there. Well, there you go. That is what your Vornoi does, right? But now yes, you can see, and by adjusting the scale, that's basically what you get there. Okay, pretty simple, but I know that we've already seen some interesting stuff, and already it's like, oh, take me there, I want to see. But before we get there, I want to show you some other interesting stuff that I think that nobody would have really guessed. And if you've tried this right now, you're like, oh yeah, he's doing the thing that does the thing. So I'm gonna run this through a color ramp. And what I'm going to do with this color ramp is then I'm going to change, let's see, my thing to constant. This option over here, you're going to get appear black. Yes, that is 100% correct. Look at that. Can you see the little dust pieces? Oh, that is so nice. Wow, that is so interesting. Anyway, and now pull back this guy over here, and you've got your 101 Dalmatians. Well, not your 101 Dalmatians, but you've got a Dalmatian-like texture. You can see it's got a lot of randomness as well. Pretty cool, hey? What do you think? Pretty awesome. Really like that. Right, I'm going to take it a step further. Now, like I said, because I'm in 2.9, which they've really advanced this texture. Okay, there are other options here. Oh, look at that. Hey, there you go. Look at that. What is that? Come on. Yep, camouflage, right? Now we know how to get camouflage. This is so cool. Distance to edge. There you go. You got the same thing. And end sphere radius. Let's have a look at that. There you go. Can you see how you almost got like this dust? This is nice. Come on, guys. This is so nice. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is a very nice texture. I think it's just become one of my favorites. I'm sure there's a way I can apply it to favorites. Anyway, let me move along. I'm busy digressing here. So, the thing that I wanted to show you was basically this. Alright, you got these dots over here. You can change these different modes over here. That's very cool. Watch this, Manhattan. Alright, and I can make the squares bigger like this. Alright, pretty awesome. You can see how we can go a bit more further with that. I do like this, I must just say. There you go, look at that. Doesn't this look very like 80s type of thing? So you get Manhattan, Chevy Chev. That's the kind of texture we're gonna get here. I'm gonna go back to here. Distance to edge. Okay, let's pull this back a bit here. So, oh yeah, I see. Those options have disappeared, haven't they? Okay. Anyway, let's stick with what I know. So there's like your Chevy Chev from Manhattan. I do like Manhattan. Manhattan is pretty cool, pretty funky. If that's the kind of texture that you're looking for, you know, maybe you're going for something like a barcode. There you go. You know those what do they call them? QR codes. Yes, there's your QR code type of thing. You can apply color into this as well, get some cool stuff out of there. Then the other one I want to show you is called Minkowski. Minkowski, I said it. And look at that, you get stars. All right, if you ever wanted something like stars, yep, someone's going, oh wow, yep, there you go. You got stars as well, and don't forget that you can even adjust your scale. So you have little stars. In fact, I think that was maybe the thing else. There you go, you got bigger stars. Let me just show you this. I want to go back to Manhattan. I want to adjust the scale to show you. This is actually what I was looking for, what I was trying to achieve. By adjusting the scale, you're making those blocks smaller and bigger. Okay, you can adjust your randomness as well. Right, Minkowski, yes, Minkowski. There you go, you got stars. Remember, you make the stars bigger or smaller. So, I mean, let's take the stars down to 0.1. No stars. 0.5. 1. Okay. Wow. Okay. So it doesn't make sense. Wait, it does. 0.5, and then bring these guys in here. No. Okay, anyway, did you know that you can reset to default values? Okay, let's get them a bit bigger. Anyway, 0.5, 0.8, it doesn't matter. There you go. Got some nice stars there. Oh, look at that. with the stars, when you scale it, you're actually making them smaller, not bigger. Anyway, well, I think it's the wrapping of the texture around like that. You get what I'm saying, right? So, with the Vornoi texture, there is a lot you can do. Okay, you can really play around. I am quite interested in all of the other items that we hear. Now, originally this texture had two options right in the beginning. I'm going to delete my color ramp by pressing X, and basically this is what I was, well, it was basically cells and intersect or intersect, right? So you have those two options. Well, sorry, you change your intersect between cells and intensity. That's it. You had cells and intensity, and what I showed you before was a lot of cells. Now that I attach the color, I get more of what I think I got under intensity, and you can see how you've got different color patterns. All right, and you can also change these guys over here, and you get all sorts of, look at that. There's basically your cells. Same thing, you can adjust your scale. All right, check this out, Manhattan. I think Manhattan is one of my favorite. So again, I adjust the size, and I mean, there's really so much stuff. Look at that exponent. Okay, from that, and if I adjust it, okay. So you can see you can really play around with a lot of this stuff. It is quite a cool texture. How many of you guys knew that this texture existed and it could do such cool stuff like this? Like I said, one of the reasons why I was very interested in going through all the different textures is because I really wanted to show each texture and what you can actually do within Blender, because we're used to just going onto the internet, finding a texture that looks like this and slapping it on, when you can do stuff within Blender. Alright, I mean, look at this. I want you to go into Google and look for this. The only way you're going to find this is if you go and Google Blender Vornoi texture, color output, alright, which is a color output. That's the only way that you're going to get that. I'm just interested in this position, and then we're going to close. So that's what you get. And that's like a whole different, look at that. I mean, who would have ever thought, guys? That is nice. Anyway, so guys, closing this video, well, this basically the Vornoi texture off with this beautiful looking, it almost looks like a low res gradient. Look at that. What do you think you can do with that? You can do all sorts of cool stuff like that. Imagine a music video or like a loop video with this color changing, and so much to do. Anyway, guys, check you in the next video. Our next video, we will be looking at the Musgrave. Now with the Musgrave, you can do a lot of rust and dust, and you can do veins with it and all that type of stuff. So guys, until next time, guys, do me a favor. You liked this video, didn't you? Or do you think this was, no, you liked it? Okay, so hit the like button and also subscribe to this channel, whichever channel you're watching this off, whether it's Rumble, whether it's YouTube. That's right, I just put YouTube second. Or whether you are watching this off BitChute, give us a Rumble, give us a like, subscribe to this channel, so that whenever new videos come up, you're going to know about it. And also go check out our playlist, because there are tons of other videos. It's not just Blender tutorial. There are a whole lot of other stuff there. Go check it out. Go check it now. Guys, till next week. Cheers.